Good morning to all my wonderful viewers out there. Welcome back to another Sneaker Talk video, the series where we cover the latest sneaker releases, the latest sneaker news, and of course, we just talk about sneakers in general. In today's video, we're going to be covering an upcoming collaboration that is releasing this week, one that has been teased to us for a while. What we are going to be discussing today is all the release details, all the official images, and my thoughts and opinions on the KITH and Nike Air Force 1 Paris colorway. I know this is exciting stuff, guys. So what has happened, or what happens in general, is that whenever KITH opens up a new flagship store, they have commemorative pieces to celebrate the flagship store opening. You may remember last year in 2020, during the peak of coronavirus, KITH was like, all right, we're going to open a Tokyo flagship. So they opened a flagship store in Japan, and they released a Japan exclusive Air Force 1, as well as a bunch of clothing that comes along with it. Now we are getting the same treatment for the opening of the Paris flagship store. This Monday the 22nd of February, we got a Monday program which was 3 long sleeve t-shirts. Unfortunately, I didn't get to cover them on the channel, but I suppose in this video, at least we're talking about them. And then on top of that, this Friday, we're going to be getting the Air Force 1s to commemorate the opening of the flagship store. So just like the Tokyo release, we're getting a little bit of clothing and a pair of Air Force 1s. This is exciting stuff, guys. In today's video, we're going to be covering all the release details for you guys out there that are interested in picking up the Paris colorway. Now, how we're going to cover all the release details, all the official images, and my thoughts and opinions on this sneaker is by using a Hypebeast article. So let's head on over there now to that Hypebeast article and start covering this upcoming collaborative release. Here we are, ta-da, here is the sneaker. I mean, it does look almost exactly the same as the one that they released for the Tokyo flagship store, but I suppose that's the overall theme they try and go for these releases. Now, when I actually think about it, the Tokyo one was probably the most limited and hard to pick up sneaker of 2020. And this one here is probably the contender for 2021. This is probably going to be one of the most hardest Air Force 1s to pick up in 2021. Unless there's some like mega exclusive one where there's like 10 of them in existence that releases later on in this year. But I honestly think this is going to be the contender. This is going to be easily in the top 5 hardest to pick up sneakers of 2021. But let's dive into the release details and you'll see what I mean when we talk about this sneaker. Now, the article will be linked down in the description section below if you guys want to have a read as well. But let's get into it. Let's read what this article has to say about the release details. So here's the official release info for the KITH Nike Air Force 1 Paris colorway. Ronnie Feig and his KITH camp are taking their business overseas to Europe as they are set to expand the brand's brick and mortar presence in none other than Paris, France. And to commemorate this new flagship opening, KITH has once again linked up with Nike to manufacture a special Air Force 1 low Paris colorway. The new offering finds itself outfitted with a clean, sleek presentation and is designed in such a way that translates the aesthetic of the French flag. Much like the streetwear juggernaut's Japan-inspired makeup, this low slug variation smears a clean white hue over its leather base and swooshes. Okay, calm down, Hypebeast. We get it. You're going into some pretty descriptive language there for the Air Force 1. Basically, what they're saying is, the shoe's white, and you know what? I can see it. But we'll let them do what they do. We'll let them, keep diving into those details. But instead invites, oh wait, where did we get up to? Yeah, we got up to, but instead invites in accents of red and navy to land on the forefoot swooshes and tongues. More design trait to point out. More design traits, right? More design traits to point out include of the velvety sock liners, which are dyed in a deep navy blue. Now, from memory, the Japan one had embossed sock liners, but I could totally be wrong. I'm trying to remember the Japan Air Force 1 from 2020, and it's just not coming to my head straight away. I swear the inner lining was, maybe it was just velvet. Either way, that's bougie as hell. I don't own a single pair of sneakers that have a velvet lining, and I'm sure as hell that is going to be comfy. That is going to be comfy on the feet. Let me know in that comment section below if any of you guys have any shoes with velvet lining on the sock liner. Is it comfy? Is it worth it? Or is it just like some like fake bougie hypeness that they try and add to be like, look how exclusive and amazing this is? Is that the case, or does it actually make a difference? I seriously want to know from you guys if any of you have any velvet sock-lined shoes. But getting back into it, as well as the quarter paneling, which is decorated with KITH signature monogram patterns. Yes, they do the box logo imprinted on this little quarter here. The midsoles and outsoles work in harmony as they are equally wrapped in a vintage beige hue to provide a natural yet clean color blocking effect. It's a simple steez, isn't it? You grab a nice pair of all white Air Force 1s, make it slightly off-white on the midsole and outsole, and you maybe change the laces to the same color, and you have a totally different looking shoe. You have a shoe that looks 20 years old instead of brand new, and I kind of vibe with that. I like that vintage look it gives. KITH x Nike Air Force 1 Paris will launch exclusively at the KITH Paris Flagship. They did the same thing in the Japanese flagship. On February 26th, so this Friday, 2021, and the retail is 130 euros, which is approximately 158 US dollars. And I can tell you what, if you don't live in Paris, France, you're not going to be paying 150 bucks for a pair. That's going to be so expensive. We don't know how many are releasing. We don't know what the quantity is. All we know is that you have to live in Paris, France during coronavirus, and what I've heard is that the UK strain is just like destroying Europe right now, and you've got to be willing to leave your house in this coronavirus, pandemic to pick up these pairs of sneakers. It's exactly like the Japanese flagship store one that they released last year, the one where you had to literally go to the flagship during when Japan was like at its worst with coronavirus and pick up a pair. This is ridiculous. Oh man, I would wish that I was friends and family with Roddy Feige. You could just be like, hey, can you get me a pair? Size 16, size 16. I need a size 16 because, man, I don't want to go out in like coronavirus to go pick up a pair of sneakers. That's just wild. Well, that's all the release details, guys. We've covered all the release details. It's releasing in-store only, no online release. And they haven't mentioned it in this article, but if there is an online release, it's going to be exclusively on the Europe KITH store, because whenever they open a flagship store in a new region, they also make an online store exclusive for that region as well. So if there is an online release, it'll be on the KITH European store. But yeah, that's absolutely wild. Let's just have a look at these official images now. So let's dive in and actually have a look at all the details to do with the sneaker, and I'll give you my final thoughts and opinions on the colorway itself. Well, here it is, guys. In all of its glory, we have the KITH Nike Air Force 1 Low Paris colorway. It hasn't changed too much from the Tokyo colorway that we saw last year. It's basically the same thing, but this time with the Paris flag colors applied to it, which I have no issues with. That's totally fine. But it is a very high quality looking Air Force 1. You can see the grain of the leather on the eyelets here, the grain of the leather on the tongue. I like the co-branding on the tongue. The velvet in sock liner makes it look bougie as hell. The embossed KITH box logos all over this panel here. It just adds to it. And of course, we've got a little embroidered swoosh here with the French flag on it there as well. It's simple. You can't go wrong with it. It's so versatile, so easy to wear. Look at that. You can see each individual little box here with the KITH logo in it. That would be a pain to get that embossed. Definitely. And I love it how the swoosh just like comes over the top of it to ruin all these little box logos underneath it. Not a care in the world. We get a zoom in of the sock liner. We get KITH Air on the back of it. I really like that. I would have maybe liked the Air done in like the blue white and the red, just like the flag, but I'm not super fussed about this. I'm not like, oh my god, that ruins the shoe. It's totally fine. It's alright. I have no issue with that. It's sick. No, this is an awesome shoe. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I would love a pair. Don't we all? I don't think there's a person watching right now that does not think this is an awesome shoe. I feel like it's pretty easy to love. It's super versatile. You could wear it with everything. It's such a clean Air Force One. Ronnie Fike, size 16. Send it down to the land down under. I'll rock it. I'll wear it. I'll do an Instagram post about it for you. I don't even want to think about how limited it's going to be though, because the Tokyo one last year was mad limited, and the secondary market on that shoe is just ridiculous, and the secondary market on this one is going to be ridiculous. I'm actually very keen. Hopefully one day KITH will open up a flagship store in the land down under in Australia, and then your boy can go there, pick up a pair. I mean, they won't have my size, but maybe I'll just pick one up and, like, I don't know, put it in a glass display case or something like that and leave it for like 30 years or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, nah, super dope. I love it. I think this is like way better. Like, there are other streetwear brands out there that do commemorative pieces for new brick and mortar stores. You know, most iconically, Supreme has done it for the past couple decades. Whenever they open a new flagship store, they release a BOGO tee, you know, long sleeve or short sleeve, whatever. And that's cool, like, that's awesome, but, I mean, it's a t-shirt. There's only, like, it's alright. The fact that KITH can call up Nike and be like, hey, I want a whole ass sneaker to commemorate the opening of this store, I mean, I think that's so much more special. I honestly would prefer the KITH Air Force Ones that are used for the flagship store openings over the Supreme box logos that are used to commemorate the brick and mortar store openings. I just think sneakers is just such a bigger thing to use to commemorate that, and I feel like it's so much more special. Like 5 years down the track, if I saw someone wearing these, I would be like, damn, that's crazy. I can't believe you managed to get a pair. Well, if I see someone wearing like the San Francisco the San Francisco BOGO, I'm like, yeah, that's alright. That's okay. But yeah, wow, what an awesome shoe. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on it, guys. Are you bummed out that it's an in-store release only, or at least a Paris, France release only? Would you pick it up if you had the chance? Are you going to pay resale on it? How do you feel about the shoe in general? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on it down in that comment section below. Well, that's it, guys. That is all the official images, all the release details, and my thoughts and opinions on that Air Force One, the KITH Nike Air Force One Low Paris Colourway. I love it. I love the idea. Super easy to wear. I don't think anyone has any issues with these, but let me know down below if you do. I think these are the easiest shoes to wear. It's literally as easy as an all-white Air Force One, because they don't change the color up so much that you have to style around that. They've kept it so simple, so easy to wear, where they've only changed little accents and little details color-wise, and all the other details they've changed, they've still kept like the white leather and easy to wear colors. So it's just awesome, guys. But I would love to know how you feel about like commemorative sneakers for flagship openings, you know, brick and mortar stores opening up. Do you like it more than like celebratory clothing, or do you like sneakers more? I want to hear from you. Seriously, let me know everything you have to say about this release down in that comment section below. And if you guys want me to keep covering upcoming KITH releases, upcoming Air Force One collaborations, or just upcoming sneaker releases in general, don't forget to leave a big old like on this video, comment in that comment section down below, and to subscribe to the channel, as we're also trying to aim for a new milestone by the end of February. We're trying to aim for 2,860 subscribers. I think we're like 2 off or something like that, guys. It's something ridiculous. It's so small. So tell your mates, tell your family, and hopefully we can reach 2,860 before the end of February. that's everything to be said about this release. Awesome release. Keep it up, Kith. Keep opening up more flagship stores. I want to see an Aussie colorway as soon as possible. I want to see the Aussie Air Force Ones. That would be a steez. Hopefully that'll be sometime soon. But until the next Kith release, until the next sneaker release, until the next sneaker talk video in general, guys, I'll catch you later.